Welcome to Gaia's Love, a podcast of brief messages to help humanity bridge the gap to the new earth. My name is Vivienne Gerard. It is my delight to be a scribe for consciousness today, sharing the wisdom that flows through from Source. Here we go. Episode 106. It is Monday morning here in Cincinnati. A beautiful winter Monday morning. Gorgeous skies, blue, the sun is shining. It's crisp, but it's not so cold that you can't enjoy being outside. It is just a perfect Monday. And what I realized as I was preparing for the podcast is that this is the last Monday of 2018 that I'll be making a podcast, because we have Christmas and then New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, the next 2 Mondays. And so as I have been reflecting on that, the last Monday and what Monday mornings typically feel like and all the activity of Mondays, we start the week, we get into the routine, we catch back up from the weekend. I was reflecting on how on a Monday morning we can step immediately into the activity and the overwhelm and the lists and the to-dos and jump right into the busyness of our lives, which is very easy to do, and I often do it. What I realized this morning as I was moving through all the activities is how present I was, how aware I was of each interaction, each moment as it was happening. And sometimes when we are with those who we love, who are dying or transitioning, or with those who are grieving or mourning after someone has died or transitioned, what we often reflect on is it's those little moments, it's those little interactions, those everyday activities that are the biggest void in our lives when someone we love is gone. And so as I know this is all over the place, but it all connects in my mind. Follow me through my mind. As I was thinking about the last Monday of this year, I just couldn't help but think, what if this was the last Monday that I was alive, or we were alive? How would we move through our days differently if we knew this was a last? How much more present would we be? How much more grateful would we be for each of the interactions and exchanges? And that's what the word presence means to me when I hear it. And it's a catchphrase or a spiritual word that I believe many people use, and we don't always think about what it means. To me, it's this idea of being so aware of all of the emotions and the joy and the complexities and the beauty of the moment, that you're in that exact moment and not in the past or in the future. And so as I was thinking about this last Monday podcast of the year and what it feels like to be fully present in my Monday morning, I was just filled with the beauty, like the ordinariness and the beauty of a Monday morning. So I thought I would just walk you through my Monday morning, and perhaps it will spark some awareness for you in how you move through your Monday mornings, or provide inspiration of where there are moments you can pause and drop all the way into the moment, feel all the magic of the moment. Yeah, or perhaps it will inspire us as we wrap up this year and begin a new year to be more conscious in 2019 of how we start our work weeks, how we start our Monday mornings, and the energy that puts into the whole week, how everything really flows from the way that we get up in the morning and start the day. So for me this morning, I woke up, and I normally take Star, our dog, out to the bathroom pretty quickly after I get up. And as I was brushing my teeth, getting ready to take him outside, I guess because I brushed my teeth in order to take Star outside. I brushed my teeth because it's the first thing to do in the morning, and then morning breath sucks. So I was brushing my teeth, and the song that was playing in my mind was Songbird. I don't know if you also wake up singing or humming a song, but sometimes that's the first thing that I'm aware of. And I always think how that song comes from my subconscious. It's like my angels or guides are giving me the lyrics as the morning starts to help me set the framework for the day. And the song Songbird by Fleetwood Mac, it just talks about there will be no more crying, there's only joy, and I love you, and I'm here by your side, and everything is perfect. And I could just feel all of my guides, my angels, saying that to me this morning, like, oh, what a gift. What a gift to wake up in the morning and have this whole day of whatever beauty is going to come through. And so I was sort of humming and singing that song as I was brushing my teeth, and then Star and I started walking outside, and it was still dark out that early in the morning, but he's just poking around and sniffing things. And the stars, I could see the stars were out this morning. So I was, walking him and looking up at the sky and thinking about my guides or angels singing this songbird song to me. And, if we were to dissolve time and space, like, what if I could feel from this place on earth what they're communicating to me from the stars, and we could just dissolve the distance. You know how your mind in the morning is just so wide open for some different perspectives or magic to show you something new. And so I was just enjoying that, walking around outside with Star, and then we came inside, and I get my husband's food ready in the morning as he goes to the gym and heads off to his school day. And so I started making some scrambled eggs and just thinking about like how yummy eggs are and how amazing it is. You can take something from liquid and make it into a solid, and just enjoying like the spaciousness of a morning where I can make scrambled eggs. And this may sound silly, but this is what presence means. It's in each moment, I am fully aware of what I am creating or doing in that moment. And then the gift of being able to do that, being able to be here in this body and create and share and love and express thoughts and ideas. So I got him ready to go off to school, and my son came downstairs, and I was making him waffle with chocolate chips and talking to him about his day and exam prep that's starting, and boiling water to make the teas. We do tea infusions, and just kind of puttering around the kitchen getting my things done. And when we left to go to school, it was still dark outside, and so my son in our new car, and I was so grateful. We get in the car, and my son and I just look at each other and grin like, oh my gosh, can you believe like we get to sit in this beautiful car that has seat warmers? So we turn the seat warmers on, and he syncs his phone up, and this morning, because it's exam week, he started playing Muse with the songs The Resistance, Insurgents, like all these great songs about doing things his way. And so we were just jamming along, driving to school in the dark, listening to these songs, talking about how he's going to ace all his exams and he's so ready for the week, and just being present, just enjoying the connection and the laughter and being together, starting our week together. So I dropped him off at school, and then I drove home, and I was reflecting on the activities for the day and my to-do list. And what I noticed is it's so easy to focus on that and expand the feeling of overwhelm. As I was driving, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can get it all done. And I think I put too much on my plate, and there's no way I'm going to get all these things finished and by that. And it's so easy to start that spiral downward. And so when that starts, I just breathe out and release it. And I came home and parked the car and then came inside and went down to my office and set myself up for my yoga practice. I do Kundalini yoga for a half hour to an hour each morning. And so I got my music started and dropped into my yoga practice and started moving energy. And it was amazing, as my body and my mind and my spirit sync up in the morning, and the mind starts to quiet down the to-do list. What I notice is the activities that need to be done first always pop up, and so I was making a quick note or two on my to-do list that I keep by my side, and I was making those notes while I was doing yoga, and then I come back into the Kriya and do the exercise and the energy movement. And so by the time I finished that, I was so steady and so calm and so clear on what needs to be done first. And I came upstairs and my daughter was home from college. I mean, I make it sound like a surprise, but I feel that way every time I'm in the house and suddenly she's there in front of me. I'm like, you're home. You're not away. You're here. You're with me. And it was just so much fun. She wants to juice today. So she was prepping all the stuff to do juicing, which was on my to-do list. So she took that off my list because she wants to do it and she has the time and space for it. And we were just talking about the effects of juice, and as I was talking to her, I looked to my side and I saw out the window the sun really starting to come up and this sort of mist through the trees. And so I stopped what I was doing and I went and took a picture of it, and that's the picture that I'm using for today's podcast. And I was just sharing that with my daughter and talking to her about, the spaciousness of this time that she has without classes and what she wants to do with that, and how amazed I am that she's home and how much I love her. And we just had this beautiful moment of just joy to be in the same space together. And then I went off and did my bath while she's doing the juicing, and here I am making the podcast. It's such a gift. It is such a gift to have relationships and love around us, to have these constant moments of conversation and interaction and exchanges with the people that we have pulled into our lives, the ones that we want to share our days with. And sometimes that's one person, sometimes that's nobody if we're in a cocoon or a time of really doing some deep inner work or healing or regrouping. Sometimes it's a whole community of people. There have been many mornings I have woken up in my house and there's 10, 20 people here, and it's just as magical and amazing as the mornings where I'm by myself. It's how we show up and how open we are to being fully in whatever is happening right in front of us. And then receiving the magic, the joy of it, giving and exchanging and receiving and allowing this flow of life force through us, life force around us. And being so conscious of what we're putting our attention on and what we want to expand versus what we're allowing to just sort of take over our mind or take over our days or our activities. I guess another title for this could also be like being conscious, being awake, being present. It's a way of moving and acting and being. This is what is typically called Zen, mindfulness, this practice of living fully aware. Knowing that all is moving through our lives exactly as we planned it, exactly as we chose it, and that there's this magic available in every single moment if we choose to focus on it. So, yeah, it's 11 a.m. I have this whole beautiful day still in front of me, and look at all the joy I've already experienced. It's so good. It's so good. So that is my Monday morning sunrise. I wish you a beautiful 2 more Mondays of 2018. And then the sunniest of sunrises on all your Mondays in the new year. Thank you for tuning in to today's vibration. Let's take this message of pure love out into all of our communities and continue expanding love here on Gaia. So much love from my heart to yours.